Hello, we are two broads abroad. We've sold everything, traveling the world.
Opted out.
We are going through Southeast Asia. Traveled across the United States, camping, hitting all the big parks. Then took an Amtrak across the country to Seattle, Washington, where we hopped on a
Repositioning cruise that took us from Seattle to Sydney.
Never been on a cruise.
Loved it. Check out our cruise video.
Right, and then we were in Australia for 5 weeks, Indonesia for 8 days, I believe, and then Malaysia. So if you're interested in our adventures, please follow us on YouTube at Two Broads Abroad.
This particular video is about Malaysia. And this again, we shout out to people that we listen to, our trusted house sitters.
Yes.
Laura and Gleb told us to not skip Malaysia.
Right, and spend a little extra time because we weren't going to spend very long there at all, maybe a week. And we actually ended up staying there well over 2 weeks.
It was like 19 days, I think.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And still not enough time.
Yeah, we'd still go back.
We'd rank it among one of our favorite countries.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, let's start in on Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Or KL as everybody calls it.
It is New York on steroids.
It's massive.
And much cleaner, much busier, and shopping malls galore.
I think the shopping malls it's so hot.
Right, so it makes sense.
Yeah, air conditioning in the shopping malls. It definitely, people hang out in shopping malls. They have carnivals in shopping malls. They have fun fair rides.
Yeah, they have
roller coasters.
Exactly. Cars that parents can rent for their kids, and they're driving around the mall on little tracks.
And driving around.
But just plain, not an actual track, so they could kind of go anywhere. So watch your ankles. And we were there at the end of November, so it was Christmas holiday, and my God.
The displays are out of this world, right? I mean,
absolutely.
They're otherworldly. They're amazing.
We had met someone in Georgetown where I got my hair cut, and he said that all the malls spend between $3 and $5 million and don't reuse the decorations each year. Don't know if that's true, but I would definitely believe it after seeing it. And it is just an absolute Instagram and social media setting. There is everybody who is there taking pictures. It doesn't matter what religion you are. People are getting family shots.
Yeah, Renee, you took a whole family photograph, and some of the people were wearing full hijabs, and others were sort of, just partial head coverings. But the whole family was there, and Renee was taking family posters of them by the creche, which is sort of like, that's sort of I don't know, it's unusual, but it was fun. It was great.
They're just all so beautiful.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting, and it was a lot of fun going through it. And we weren't there to shop, and we're not mall people. We don't think.
No, we're not.
So yes, that was a lot of fun. We did do the hop on, hop off, which we really like doing those buses in different countries because you get an idea of where you want to go, things you want to see. You can hop off and check them out. Maybe the next day you can just go straight to them. In KL, it was a little difficult.
Yeah, it was.
A ride that would normally take 15 minutes, as far as how many kilometers you went, was 2 hours.
Yeah, it was so slow moving that I really felt that we did get value for money on that one, which we always do.
Right.
So I wouldn't recommend it in KL.
Right.
I would say that, when we hired Eddie, we hired a driver, and that would be the recommendation. If anybody needs a driver, just message us and we'll send out his contact information. Great guy.
Yes.
Great guy.
He took us to Batu Caves, which is where, I may slaughter this, and I'm sorry, Lord Murugan statue is. It is the tallest statue in Malaysia at 140 feet. It's a Hindu statue. It's the second tallest Lord Murugan in the world. India, I guess, is the tallest.
Makes sense.
And it's incredible. We went there and she was covered up.
Scaffolding. They were getting ready for
their Festival of Lights.
Yeah, their big festival. And according to Eddie, he said there's more than 1 million people go through there in one day.
Yes.
Is that possible? Am I making that up?
No, that's
Sometimes
what
I make
said.
things up, so you should always double check my facts.
I think if you put probably 2 or 3 people on each step,
Yeah.
because there are about 400 steps to get up to the top.
Maybe 4,000, but
Yeah, so you would easily get close to 1 million.
Yeah,
and then inside the caves, I mean, you'll see how beautiful it is.
It's gorgeous.
And we do have some footage of what she looks like uncovered. Thank you again, Eddie, for sending us that.
It was funny there too, there was a lot of monkeys, and they live pretty much in the caves, but in the early morning they come down because a lot of people are showing up with offerings. People bring milk and fruit and all kinds of things to leave out as offerings, and the monkeys come and take the fruit, take the offerings, and I mean it's sort of the circle of life. It's accepted, it's good, and so the monkeys come down and get fed. And Eddie told us, you know, like he was like, just because they will like take your phones and they'll do things. He's like, don't make eye contact with the monkeys. And I got to tell you, that became sort of my thing going up the stairs. I was terrified.
And they were this close.
Yeah.
Just sitting there waiting.
And I'm kind of like, just don't look at them. Oh my God, they're staring at me, you know. So that was.
Don't let them grab my sunglasses.
That was funny.
And
they're everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. We also were fortunate enough. He set up for us to be blessed by a monk, which was amazing.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was all very nice. They asked them names of our relatives, and you know, and then repeated those names and sent blessings to everybody, and so that felt really nice.
And then when we got back to KL, we went, you know, did the markets and some of the street food vendors, which were amazing. You just walk up and all the food's sitting there, and they give you a bowl, you pick it, they cook it, you sit down, bring it over. And KL is also steeped in beautiful murals in street art, which was amazing.
We found it at night.
Yes.
We were walking at night, and Renee was kind of like, I know it's here somewhere, and we're going down alleys and okay, which, you know, is safe. There's stores down alleys, there's restaurants down alleys, you know, it seems very safe. We never at any point felt unsafe.
No, not at all. And then when we left KL, we were headed to Langkawi. Big heart there.
Love, very much.
Maybe one of our favorite places.
I feel like I could live there.
And we're going to be doing another video just on Langkawi because there was so much to see and we loved it so much it would make this video way too long. From there, we were headed to Georgetown, which is the capital of Penang. We thought super easy travel day. We had a connecting flight, we had tons of time, life was great.
So, super easy travel day when we were heading to Georgetown, except the airport. There was no way to get to the airport. We were on the outskirts, but all the entrances were closed because the Langkawi Marathon was happening that day.
Yes.
The driver got as close as he could, and then we had to carry our bags. It was only about a half a kilometer, right? Is that what?
I'd probably say.
Yeah, it wasn't, but you know, just everybody was just struggling in with their luggage, and
as people are like trotting by, like, hey, I'm on mile 24. We did not trip any of them. So then we get to Georgetown, and we're gonna stay in a really cute traditional home.
It was like in the middle of like a little Chinatown neighborhood.
But unfortunately, it was not a good place.
Yeah, it was on first sight. I mean, everything we saw online looked good. When we got there, it looked good. We went in and everything, you know, everything seemed fine. It was the potential to be really cute. First thing we noticed was no internet. Then, you know, no toilet paper in the bathroom, which is something, they don't leave a lot of toilet paper in the bathroom. They usually leave you a half a roll or something,
right?
You know,
and then there were no
little
towels.
And the description in Airbnb was that it included product and towels. And then the little product bottles were all like, some of them were empty, some of them were half empty, and then the seal was put back on. So it was a little strange.
So needless to say, we will not name the place, but we did get in touch with Airbnb, and we're gonna have another video.
The step-by-step guide on what you should do should this happen.
So that Airbnb will refund you, and
Really
they refunded our money within 2-3 days.
Yeah.
So Georgetown is this great city. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has also so many things to offer. We went to, where temples, mosques, and churches all coexist together.
Yeah. A lot of temples, a lot of, you know, sort of traditional Eastern and Hindu, they share space.
Yes.
You know, they share some worshiping space. They think of it differently, but they worship at the same. It's kind of fascinating.
We did take the Penang Hill funicular. I would recommend that.
I would too.
Right. It was a great ride. 5 minutes up, I think about. Maybe a little bit less than 10. And you were up on top of Penang Hill and you could see the entire city from up there on a clear day. There was a really nice restaurant up there.
Yeah, and it's sort of a fun little area for families. So like not a theme park, but a theme park feel.
Right.
But it isn't
crafty
that,
things to do.
Yeah, there was ice cream and there was, lots of kids, again, lots of families.
We don't have them, but we enjoy seeing them.
Yeah, kids are fine.
Right. Other people's kids are fine. We did splurge and ate at the nice restaurant there that had a beautiful view. And
I had fish and chips and a Guinness.
And I had simala and a Guinness, and I think we also got dessert and stuff, and that was a splurge. That was about $25 for the two of us.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the view alone was lovely.
The next day we went to Kek Lok Si Temple.
Again, easy for you to say.
Right. It's at Irham, and it has 120 foot, the locals call it Big Buddha, but she is actually the goddess of mercy, and as you can see,
she's massive
and beautiful.
We got a taxi part way up, and then we walked the rest of the way. Well, you have to walk the rest of the way.
Right.
If you actually want to get up there. It was a bit of a hike. Just, again, it's so hot.
Right.
Which makes it a little harder. So choose your time of day. If you go earlier, it's better, but it's worth it.
And less tourists.
Yes.
So the earlier you can get up, the better off you are. We also hit the pagoda of 10,000 Buddhas, which was cool and creepy all at once because there's statues of Buddhas
everywhere.
Or statues of, Buddhas everywhere and monks. And it blends Chinese, Burmese, and Thai architecture all into one.
And all the people that come there are from those places.
Yes.
You see Hindus, Buddhists, all like in the same space and making the same sort of offerings and doing the same or similar things. And I'm going to show my ignorance here now because I'm sure there's people out there just going to be like, they're doing completely different things. But I mean, to us, it all looked very similar.
Harmony.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense. I feel like, we left some wishes on a tree that we sort of wrote some things down and blow in the wind with the blessings of the Buddhas, and I'm kind of getting into that.
We're becoming more spiritual the more we travel Southeast Asia, which isn't a bad thing.
No, it isn't.
Then I think one of the highlights after Langkawi was going and getting Mohammed, the truck driver.
Yes.
Poor Mohammed.
There was a lot of truck drivers,
yes.
And he just approached us and was very sweet, very nice, and we were going to do this, so we said yes. But Mohammed was 80, right?
I think he was.
I mean, he talked about
late 70s,
he's
early 80s.
Widowed, and he does this because he likes to still meet people and be out, and he's kind of lonely and sweet man. But God love him, like I say. And then
it was a bicycle tuk-tuk, yes. Not a motorcycle attached tuk.
Yeah, and he gets the two American. We're bigger than most Asian folk.
Yes.
So he's pedaling us around, but wow, what a sweet guy.
And he took us to all of the iconic street art that most people think of when they think of Malaysia or Georgetown, and in person they were even more phenomenal.
I have a whole new love of 3D art, it's so clever.
He took us to Shoe Jetty, which there are quite a few.
The market?
Yeah, that's right on the water.
Yeah.
And
we ate there. Remember, we ate there, yes. I think, the next day. And there was nobody that spoke English.
No.
We sort of did a whole lot of pointing, and we'd had some food recommendations. And there was
from Eddie, who continuously gave us recommendations, yes, until the day we left.
And remember, there was just people yelling around us. We're eating, and people are yelling orders from tables. And it's just... Again, it's all noisy and stimulating.
Right. Coming from the restaurant business, we love it. Yeah. It made us feel a little at home.
Yeah.
I also love beer. Craft beer is great. We've been drinking lots of lagers, and we did find a craft beer place in Georgetown by where all of the iconic murals are. It was called, hold on, make sure I get this right, Momokaka. Very good. Expensive.
Yeah, certainly a little pricey. I mean, you're drinking imports. And so you were paying the same price as you would pay in the US, I would say.
And then some. I think we were paying about $12.
For beer.
Right. And some of them were even made in Malaysia.
Yeah, they were good beers, and the space was nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they were very nice. The last days we were there, we went to two mansions. Chong Fat Si, which is where Indochine was filmed. Incredibly
beautiful. Everything was elegant and classy, and
yes.
you could feel the design. There was thought into absolutely
everything.
There was nothing, you know, they didn't just get something and place it on a shelf, you know. I mean,
No.
there was absolute thought to everything. It flowed.
Even the drain pipes, remember? In the central area were set up according to Feng Shui.
Yeah, the flow of the place was beautiful.
Then we went to Penang Mansion.
The opposite. No Feng Shui whatsoever.
Right. And I think they also were sort of running
Like an estate
mall?
sale. Yes.
A combination of those two
It
things.
was almost like everything was there that was for sale. Everything had a
Right.
price.
It had some interesting things, but
It was
I felt like it
jam-packed
was
full.
exhausting to walk through compared to the other.
It was
mansions.
about accumulation of stuff and wealth. I mean, certainly there was a lot of value there in terms
Absolutely.
of money. There was some very valuable items and some very beautiful items and, you know, furniture, but it was all just too much. So it just took away from it. So
in our opinion, but they were a very interesting dichotomy.
yeah, it was to see them both in the same day.
From there, we were leaving Malaysia.
That was pretty much it for Malaysia, and we're heading to Cambodia next. So
Yes.
join us for that next adventure.
Like and subscribe to Two Broads Abroad if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to follow us along or are planning to go to anywhere in Southeast Asia.
We will answer questions. Drop us a note. Drop
Yes.
us a comment, and we will get back to you.